listen, I am excited to be talking to and to talk about the book, Rituals, or let me make sure I get it right.
You're right. Rituals for Heretics.
For Heretics. By the author and the Skeptic pastor, Jeremy Steele. I want to get into but before we get into the book, I want to get into you, sir, the Skeptic.
Yes.
Why do you call yourself the Skeptic? Why is that the adjective that you want to apply to your name? You know, we're all heretics.
Skeptic.
What are you skeptical about?
Everything. So this is it's like a personality trait, really. Like, I have always been a skeptical person and wanted to base my beliefs on data. Now, I'm old. I grew up before the internet in a little town in the Alabama part of Florida. And so,
Alabama part of Florida.
I mean, is that all of it?
That part, right?
I mean, most of it.
Yeah. So, like, so I was in a mainline church, but down there, it didn't really matter what was on the church sign, right? Like, everybody was evangelical, everybody was Baptist, basically. And so we just baptized babies in my church. And so, so when I was younger, the people who had like graduate degrees, like pastors and stuff, like that was the data I had. And so I believed what they said. So I was 100% creationist, right? Because, when I asked them about it, that's what they said. And they gave me books and stuff. And so, but as I grew older and, was more exposed to different sources of authority, I changed my beliefs. And so I am deeply skeptical about everything, including God. Like, I don't know if God exists. There are some days that I feel like they exist, and some days that I feel less like they exist. But I'm also a pastor, so I feel like the tools that I've been given, the skills that I have, the training that I have, is to help people find religious beliefs and practices that work for them, and to be there with people in their life. And so that's the perspective on the world that I offer online. And I'll be honest, when I first started the Skeptic pastor stuff, my undergrad is in speech writing communication, so I was doing an article on it. So I spent a month figuring out what was going on in TikTok, and and planned out 10 pieces of content that I was going to do to like get my data, write my article. And it was either after the first piece or the second piece, I had like 1,500 followers. Wow. 10,000 was really close behind that. And all of a sudden I was like, oh shit, like my bullshit is helping people. And and I keep thinking that at some point, like, people will get tired of my bullshit. We will max out at like the people who care, but so far it hasn't happened. And my life is really weird right now.